the House of Representatives on Thursday rescinded its decision to pass an amendment bill seeking to strip the Vice President, state governors and deputy governors of their immunity. The lawmakers also rescinded their decision on the second reading passage of a bill seeking to amend the Constitution to review the death penalty in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now. Mr. Sobowale, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here as well.
Yeah. Right. Two very major issues to deal with. Let me first get your thoughts on the issue around immunity and stripping immunity, which has now been rescinded for Vice President.
It's a pity they have rescinded it. Although when I first read of it, I was skeptical. Right? I mean, I thought this was not Nigeria then. But you see, it's a bold step in the right direction. But you can see, they have had second thoughts now. They have had second thoughts. And I wonder why. But you see, I don't want to pass judgment because they say they want to re-debate it. Let them re-debate it. But I assure you, if they rescind it permanently, you get me? They will lose the credibility of Nigerians. They will lose the credibility of Nigerians. And I want our, as politicians, how they want to deal with that. Because it will just show that they are trying to protect themselves against accountability, transparency, honesty, and good leadership. That's for the first one. Mm-hmm. The second one
on the death penalty.
On the death penalty. I think we debated it here. Mm-hmm. You remember the NDLA woman was the person that first raised it, and I supported it. I don't know that it is now, why it is now. They are knowing about the sanctity of human life. Because the people who do the sort of things that earn them the death penalty are no human beings. The way, if you look at the horrible crimes they commit and the circumstances. So I don't know their excuse for that. But then, if you don't have the death penalty, the death sentence is still there. I don't really care about that. But it is this issue of accountability and credibility for legislators. It's one step too far that they have taken. But let's wait and see.
Well said, Mr. Sobowale.
Yeah.
Now, just wondering, what systemic failures in this bill drafting and consideration does this situation that we've just witnessed expose?
It is indecision. Indecision, lack of a sense of responsibility. And third one, indifference to public mood and opinion. They are all negative. I would say it is a systemic failure because the system is there, the system is functioning. It is the individuals in the system now who are showing their true color in terms of respect for integrity, accountability, and transparency, in terms of respect for the wishes and aspirations of the electorate who gave them the power to do that legislation in the first instance. Let's leave it at that.
I don't know if I may, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Mr. Sobowale, based on what you just said about this indifference to public mood,
yes.
Isn't that a huge red flag for us?
Indifference to public mood in a democracy is 10 times, you have 10 times red flag. Is that not orange or something like that? It's a dangerous situation by any standard. It is because I'm saying it like this, I feel strongly about it. But when I want to say things important, I say it in the way I am saying it. It is more than a red flag. You get me?
Yeah.
It is something that is not expected in any democracy where you have right-thinking people and leaders. Yes, let's leave it like that.
Now, on the issue of immunity again, those who are in favor of the rescinding, meaning that they feel that the immunity should be preserved, the status quo should be maintained, are saying that, number one, stability, well, they are joined, stability and separation of powers. They say, well, then if you remove immunity, you can start, if a president doesn't like a governor's face, he can now just throw EFCC allegations at him, and then you now have a revolving door of leaders in these very critical positions. Well, what do you say to those who use that as their argument?
It's an extravagant excuse. You must separate accountability and responsibility from separation of powers. They are mutually exclusive. They don't go together. This bill, they, in their right senses, Sobowale said vice president, governors, and all that. And the world applauded that maybe like Paul on the way to Damascus, maybe they have seen the light now, and they want to clean this country. Only for them, you see, to get wise after the event. It's not done. Nigerians will not allow them to have a situation whereby they will come back and say they have rescinded it finally. You see, you can still give them benefit of doubt, as at now, because they say they are going to re-debate. You know, some people will be watching them 24 hours until they do that. So I give them the benefit of doubt that they will see the light at the end of the tunnel and know that they have excited Nigerians because they did it on their own volition. Nobody put it onto there, and it's a step in the right direction. Let them keep at it. Okay. Sam?
Also, Mr. Shoban, now, how can, well, let me say it this way. Is it time for us to see a reformation of the legislative process to prevent such contradictory and hasty decision-making that we might be witnessing in this case?
That's why I said it's not systemic. It is the quality of participation in the legislative process. The process is there. You make bills, but the process does not say you should be passing bills and then rescinding them at the same time. It doesn't show consistency. It doesn't show a sense of responsibility. It's indecision. So it's a negative way of exploiting the legislative process. They are to make laws, to manage the budget, although they pass it instead, and confirm ministers and all that. Let them do it diligently and responsibly in the way that people will respect their legislative functions, the senators and honorables, as we call them. Let them live up to the meaning of those names and the words. Yes.
And you know, while we're talking about that, you know, this week has been extremely busy. There have been almost just over 80 bills that have passed for second reading just this week alone. My take on it was that it was almost like a Donald Trump approach where you throw so many things at the media and the opposition that we don't know which one to dissect and how to analyze that. Some things will slip through the cracks. Your take, over 80 bills in 1 week, is this a sign of productivity? Are they busy? Are they doing the right thing? Or is this something we should be worried about because we might miss something?
All you should do is to tell them to make it slowly. Don't ever compare them with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has done his homework well before he became president. That's why he's using the executive and changing the entire system. He came in well prepared for what he's doing. But if you see people in Nigeria passing bills as if they have something else to do, and now coming around now to rescind it, it's not on. It's not on. But you see, I don't see them getting away with this because many people now will be watching them. More people will contribute to the debate and monitor them. No Nigerians. So they shot themselves in the leg of their own volition. So it's their funeral. Yes.
Well, we'd like to thank you for your insight as always, Rise News analyst Mr. Dayo. Many thanks for joining us here on Newsday. Thank you.